Here's exactly what you need to start selling your beats. You need at least 10 expensive plugins like Nexus 3 or Omnisphere. At least 50 different paid drum kits from some internet producers. Professional mixing plugins and in best scenario some analog gear. At least $2,000 each big studio speakers. And at least 10 years of studying music theory. Do you really think that it makes any sense? Or maybe people selling you this stuff just lied to you. I'm Mordarski and I want to help you make your first case selling beats. Now maybe let's put all jokes and all BS aside and let's talk about what it actually took me to start selling my beats. To make my type beats pretty popular in the niche, because I made like 400,000 views overall in my channels on YouTube. A little bit more actually, but 400,000 views. And also a few thousands of dollars selling my beats. So what it took to start doing that? It took me to buy FL Studio basic license. I mean this, you got this basic and the second one. So I had this is called Studio version and I bought it. I didn't crack my FL. And it also took me Akai LP Key 25. I haven't bought any plugin, any drum kit, any course for music theory. Maybe I read one book about like mixing, but that's it. So yeah, no professional speakers, though I bought my speakers, you can see them right now, but I bought my speakers and my biggest MIDI controller when I already made like $1,000 selling beats. So I made my first 1,000 only with my Akai LP Key 25. Okay. And what I still use is like speakers for, I don't know, $200, MIDI controller for 100 plus, I don't know, maybe, okay, let's say $200 MIDI. I once bought compressor, some CLA 76 compressor, so I bought it for like $50 with some other plugin, and that's it. The rest of my stuff is literally free. My plugins are free, my drum kits are free, I use samples from the internet, I don't even pay for some track clips or stuff like that. That's all it takes to make a few $1,000s. So I know if you're a big player, maybe you have some other idea, but you also have bigger budget. But if you're a beginner and you think that the way to become good producer, to start selling your beats and become the real hot shit is but just investing more in plugins, you're wrong. I'm 100% into investing in yourself, but plugins, gear, some unnecessary bullshit is not investment. This is just buying fancy shit at this point. This is, your car will not start going faster because you made it in a more fancy color, okay? Your car doesn't start going faster. Your car is not faster because you put more fancy radio in it. Your car will not be faster, but by putting some, you know, weird stickers with some BS, okay? Your car will be faster if you have better engine and generally better car. And in this case, we're producers. We are the car. We need to improve shit in our core. Not just this fancy bullshit on the outside. The outside doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is our core. So we could call it an engine. And engine for us is our skills, man. But if you produce for more than a year, or even a little less, like I know 10 months, or you know, you're 2 years, 3 years in the game, you have skills to sell. You have skills to make good beats, but you can't sell them. And the problem is selling your beats. The problem is not making better beats. Okay, you can make better beats 100%, but even if you would focus only on making better beats, fancy plugins will not give you that. Fancy compressor will not improve your mixing, I will guarantee. Fancy EQ, all this, you know, fab filter fucking kit for, I know, $500, it will not improve your mixing at all if you don't have basics. If you can't make good melody with FL keys, you will not make good melody with expensive piano plugin for $500. I can guarantee. Okay, what most of producers use? Producers use some basic trap drums or some basic boom bap drums that you could find anywhere on the internet, or just, I don't know, chop from samples or stuff like that, and put them over samples or some basic melodies. So you can use loops that are already on the internet, you can use samples that are already on YouTube or on some track clips for free, or you can also just make your own melody in any fucking you know, plugin. It could be FL stock plugin. I, for example, use a lot of stock FL plugins. I use Flex, Metro Boomin also. People shitted on Metro Boomin for using Flex, but they are fucking morons, and Metro Boomin is Metro Boomin. So fuck you guys. Yeah, you can use Flex, you can use like Fruity, there is Sower, there is Morphine, Toxic Biohazard. I use all of them. They are fucking great. They are free. Like you can export audio with them without paying for this better version of FL Studio, so they are literally free. Like just I will give you a link to my video where I analyze really popular, really successful beats from Billboard. So just take a look at beats like Running. Generally most of beats from Metro Boomin, beats are of Big X the Plug. No fancy shit there. No fancy plugins, no fancy tools. No, just chopping sample. And you can chop sample even in place in FL Studio manually, or some Fruity Slicer or Fruity Slicer. All of these are free. Okay, and put some basic drums, and you can find basic drums everywhere. Then you mix them. But generally, right now we are in the rise of mixing all with just putting soft clipper on the master. So mixing these days is not that important to just make beat for YouTube or something like that. So yeah, you got all tools that could take you to Billboard, and you struggle to sell one beat. You literally don't need anything more to go on Billboard. If we talk about some physical stuff, you don't need new MIDI keyboard, you don't need new plugin, you don't need this new fucking, I don't know, software for editing samples. You don't need any of that. You got all shit that is enough. You got probably more than I ever had to make beats. Okay, it's probably you have more than I ever had before making my first $1,000. So you are ready for selling your beats, you're ready to go for Billboard. So what's your problem? You just lack marketing, man. And those people who sell you this stuff, those plugins and shit, they just are fucking vultures and try to feed on your they're trying to eat from your like, you know, hope to blowing up and your lack of skills of selling. People try to use your lack of skills of selling to their advantage, so you will spend money on their basically useless stuff. Because for you, if your ultimate goal is selling your business, go to Billboard and stuff, this stuff is useless. This stuff is interesting if I want to experiment with sounds, I want to experiment with plugins, yeah, sure. If you want to sell your beats, this is useless for you. So yeah, generally I made this video to make it as clear as possible that you don't need to buy more of this stuff to become a real fucking producer. You just need to learn how to sell. If you want to know more about selling your beats, setting up your business, I will put my method for selling beats in the description. And generally my channel is dedicated to, like, you know, teaching you how to sell beats. So just go check my other videos, specifically videos in the description. They will tell you how you can market your beats, how you can sell your beats without buying any new fucking fancy plugins. If you have any questions, you can DM me there on Instagram. So go follow me on Instagram and DM your questions. On DM me call if you want to go on a free strategic call with me. You can also subscribe me here on YouTube. That's all for today. Bye.